Edwin Maova saw 3 fly past him in Lamontville Golden Arrows' most recent outing, a home defeat at the hands of Stellenbosch. They've done very poorly in Hammersdale since the beginning of last season, but they've enjoyed much better fortune here at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Did get a victory over Kaizer Chiefs. That's the last time, in fact, that they were victorious at home. So there's a precedent for getting a good result against the Soweto Giants as we get underway here. Philipseni Ndwandwe will be leading the line. He, of course, is a very versatile player. And today we suspect that he'll be playing more of a false 9 with someone like Zane potentially getting further forward as well. Kobedi will be looking to dictate from that center of the park. One of several players that made the move from now defunct Royal AM. But this evening, they have 4 recently recruited Royal AM players as Duduza Sabir gets on the ball here. All 200 of the top flight appearances that he's made, 200 tonight, have been with Lamontville Golden Arrows. During the very early stages of his career, briefly out on loan with African Warriors playing in the first division. But he has been pretty much a one-club man over the course of his career. So many faces, though, for Orlando Pirates Mamuto, who have not enjoyed that much game time this season, which can sometimes be a help or a hindrance, depending on, I guess, the attitude of the player themselves.
I think
it's a clever little ball, and can't get that critical touch from the ball played in by Sabir.
I think one of those players is Melusi Buthelezi in between the sticks. He gets an opportunity tonight with Sipho Chain not even in the matchday squad. Called up early to make a decision. Decision making will be crucial throughout. We spoke about that man, Ndwandwe, to say he's one of those 3 that will rotate around in that false 9 position.
Space here for Lamontville Golden Arrows. Still driving forward. Buthelezi palms it back into danger, but Makleni Makaula is cleaning up. One of only 4 players retained from this past weekend's Soweto derby. The starting players there. Well, Sipho Chain, as you mentioned, he's up in the stands today alongside Jele Mofokeng, who's on the cusp of a suspension, which is why he is not featuring today. And then the 2 suspended players for Orlando Pirates, Sabisi serving the last game of his suspension for the red card that he picked up against Skukuni United. Telendin Bata picked up his 4th yellow against Kaizer Chiefs, so that's the reason he also sits out tonight. But of course, with the team sticking around until the weekend for the cup final, the entire squad, or most of it, is here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watch Karim Kimbidi. Has been waiting for this opportunity. How will he fare tonight?
Was a clever ball by Masonganya, cracked towards goal by Bandile Shandu, but off the mark. A man who's being deployed a little further up the field today than he was a couple days back.
I think a lovely ball by Tito Masonganya. He's doing what he was taught since he was a junior. Go across the goalkeeper when you're in an angle like that. Shandu just drags it a little bit, and he doesn't manage to keep it on target. I'm looking forward to also seeing his performance. Very versatile, can play at fullback, can play as an 8 in midfield, but today playing as a right winger.
Started his career in this province with Maritzburg United's Orlando Pirates. Look to have found their feet here. Oh, I think there was a deflection there off Dlamini's shot, and indeed the call is for Orlando Pirates corner.
He's looking for a penalty. We will have to see it from the other angle, that is Kabelo Dlamini. He says it comes off a hand. A good run by Tito Maswanganyi. Excellent cutback.
Man. Looked as if the arms were pinned to the body, so difficult to tell because of the ferocity of that shot. Now in comes the corner. Trying to scramble it clear here. Lamontville Golden Arrows. Maswanganyi. Arrows have been very susceptible to conceding penalties this season. 6 that they've given away in the Betway Premiership, 4 that have actually gone in. So it's been an area of weakness. Bokazi helps a little further forward. Radiopane can't get the touch on that. Man who's made 10 sub-appearances across all competitions, Radiopane, but the first start today and first start in the league for good 15 months now since his loan spell with Spurs. In fact, the first Orlando Pirates start overall since he first got his break a few seasons back as a hot prospect from the reserve ranks.
I think the Buccaneers are waiting for him to see the 25 goals that he scored in the GDC to say, can he produce it for the first team? Jose Rivero gives him a start today and says, I believe in you, young man. Show me what all this potential that everybody speaks about.
Career-threatening injury mid-2023 really curtailed the progress of Boitumelo Radiopane, but appears to be back on track now. Team spirit very evident when they thrashed Marumo Gallants 8-1 and allowed him to take a penalty at the tail end of that game, and I guess just get the confidence, get that taste for goals back.
I think being the third choice striker at Orlando Pirates, you can debate who's number 1. Is it Mahopa? Is it Mabasa? But you can see the coach uses them depending on the game plan that he wants to use. But both of them not starting the game, is the coach already thinking about that final? Which of those 2 strikers is he going to go with? That's the big question.
There is Coach Jose Rivero. He's overseeing his 130th Pirates game in all competitions since he took over. His team has some defending to do. Sabir has a go into bodies. Shadrack Gobedi is one of the best at just mopping up a loose ball, but they've handed it back to the visitors here. Kimbuiri, his pass cut out en route to its intended target on this right-hand flank.
Bokazi is so calm on the ball. It's like he's a seasoned player.
There's Radiopane. There's the attentions of the former All AM man Gianni. Over. There's been stiff competition for the gloves this season with Latenga. Hele. Gobedi, like so many in the Pirates setup, in fact, that emerged from the ranks of Bloemfontein Celtic. There's one just on the ball briefly there, Camilo Flamini. So these 2 sides will play virtually back-to-back. Indeed, for Arrows it will be the case. Orlando Pirates play the Cup final this coming weekend and host Pirates next week. Both of these games at various points of the season postponed. First in December, with Orlando Pirates bogged down by CAF duties. Originally scheduled to play on the 10th of December, but they had Alabi on the 7th, and then they were away to Stade Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire on the 14th. So that's why that match was not originally played. It was Pirates' home match, and then towards the end of February, a waterlogged pitch out in Hammersdale meant that they couldn't contest their second meeting either.
It has been a difficult season for the Buccaneers, for Stellenbosch, for Mamelodi Sundowns, with all the fixtures they had to play, and especially doing so well on the continent. The other two teams finishing in the semi-final, Mamelodi Sundowns in that CAF Champions League final.
What it means is that these two sides have not met in 13 months. When they did last meet, that was back in April of last year. Orlando Pirates thrashing Arrows 7-1. It's hosts who earn a corner. Madiba showing what he's capable of. 23-year-old who's sat on the bench 6 times already this season in all competitions for Orlando Pirates. Really good to see him get his opportunity, deflecting Senoptanti's ball behind. And a huge portion of Arrow's goals this season have come from headers, 6 of 15. So this is an area where they do often capitalize. Orlando Pirates, though, hadn't conceded a headed goal until they lost to Skukuni United 2 games back. Oh, it's a free header, and somehow Nhlanhla Zwanez turned it past the post. Well, there's already an inquisition from the Pirates side, because how was he so free?
Excellent ball to start off with, Tele. On that near post, I don't know if it's Van Rooyen, I don't know if it's Makaula, they are pointing hands, but for the Orlando Pirates technical team, it's another free header, which is a worrying factor to say. When they lost the game against Kukune, it was a free header that got Kukune maximum points. When they had that Champions League semi-final exit, it was a free header again in the box. So the picking up has to be better.
Such an interesting dynamic, because it was an area seemingly was locked up and not a concern in the first half of the season, and then just in the space of a few days they suffered the consequences of not being able to deal with those aerial balls. In fact, they were the only team up until the game against Skukuni United who had not conceded from a header. A corner. Triso Yamba put an end to that.
That's where the keeper has to command the penalty area. Those leaders at the back needs to command the instruction and give the leadership during those set plays. That's something that they did well in the first round of the league.
Sides meeting for the 47th time in the league tonight. And the Pirates do have a huge advantage in terms of the head-to-head state. 24 wins as compared to just the 7 from Lamontville Golden Arrows. Koberi almost caught on the net, followed by 2-3-year-old from DRC, Karim Kimpwini.
You can see the instructions. Orlando Pirates trying to win the ball back as quick as possible, but Karim in that distance a little bit too aggressive.
Running from Dut, teasing Mariba, forced towards the byline, and although he's able to hook it back into play, they lose out, but only momentarily. Now they have it back. What can Arrows do from this situation? Still have good numbers forward here. Players waiting. Sabia almost gets the toe on that he required. It's still in play here. Have a bit of trickery and cross in the end from
You can see that Arrows are targeting where the debut is playing Madiba. They are going through that right-hand side, trying to get a number of players on that side. In this instance, it's Mutandi bringing in the cross.
Yeah.
Sibia not getting there on time. Had Melusi Butelezi committed, all out there. A penalty may be possible in that instance, but Golden Arrows doing well on their right-hand side.
I think in the end it was Pele who managed to put in another cross. We just briefly saw Mangobangliti alongside his assistant, Kakisi Takashui, who has twice been responsible for winning goals against Orlando Pirates back in the 2007-2008 season after Norman Smith had scored arrows first. Takashui went and got a second, a 2-1 win at home against Orlando Pirates, and in the following season, that's 2008-2009, he was the solitary scorer in a 1-0 win of Pirates, again at home. Now, their home fortunes of late have not been particularly good against the Buccaneers, as Okazi gets rid of that. Just one win, their last 7 home games against Pirates. That was back in February of 2021. Pulimori with the brace at the Sugar Ray Stadium. All told, their fortunes against Pirates in recent times have not been particularly good. Speak about that 7-1 win for Pirates last season. They'd also beat Arrows 2-1. 6th time they've done the double over them. 3-1 prior to that, 2-0 prior to that. They're on a 4-match winning streak against Golden Arrows. That is the most interesting dynamic in all of that, is that there have been 15 goals scored across the last 3 meetings, which is as many as the 15 games that came prior to that. So for a little while it was a fairly dull affair, where countless 0-0 draws in succession. Efforts from distance, bending away from Melusi Butalezi's goal. Exciting so far.
I love how Arrows are pressing high, trying to prevent Orlando Pirates to build from the back, because they know once Orlando Pirates progresses the ball into that midfield, that's where they get the rhythm. Good pressing traps being set out by Golden Arrows, not allowing Orlando Pirates to be able to find their midfielders.
Ball from Melusi Butalezi is not quite accurate enough. That is one area where Sipo Chain is definitely in the ascendancy in terms of his ability to use his feet. Masonga turn infield for Van Roy. Kim Bui. Referee saw nothing wrong with that, and so play continues. Zwane slightly misplaces his pass. Okazi picking out Van Roy. Laid off here for Masanyani. Foray forward from Makaula. Masanyani again. Madiba does keep it in, and the turf lets him down slightly. It's tearing up a little bit underfoot and making it difficult for some of the players out there. Dlamini threading it through beautifully. Radio Pane from a tight angle, but the flag had gone up.
Good build-up play. Tito influencing the rhythm of the team. Starts on the right-hand side, rotates the ball to the other side. The ability to then find Dlamini onside all day, onside all night for Radio Pan, not the correct call.
Ball just running out. It's Tabo Maklaba, former Pirates man, and another of those recruits from Royal AM. How long a successful career he had here.
Versatile, can play left back, can play right back, can also play as a central midfielder. Deployed at right back today. Good technique on him and a good engine to go up and down.
Ball given away then. A clear tuck back from Kaula. He's gone into the book, responsible for breaking up what the referee would probably have deemed a promising attack there.
Yeah, it starts from a poor first touch, and he wants to redeem himself. That is Macau in that instance. Takes one for the team. Has to be careful for the rest of the 70 minutes.
Lifted into the box. Buthelezi spills it. Blandwe laying it off. Chip towards goal. Just wide of the mark with Bokazi manning the back post. It's been a fairly shaky 20 minutes for Buthelezi, although he hasn't had too much to do, but a couple of misplaced passes as well.
What we can assume is he calls the ball because Makaula stops playing. The ball is floated in the box. And that instance, you can see Bokazi had gone back to try and give him the cover. Miscommunication between Buthelezi and his defense. Arrows should be punishing Pirates in that moment. Should be trying at least to hit target.
Effort just off the mark from Sianam Danti, who spent a long part of the season in the recovery room. His first ever game against Orlando Pirates was when he was in charge of Golden Arrows back in the 2006-2007 season, led them to a 1-all draw. Went unbeaten in his first 4 matches against Pirates as Arrows coach, 2 wins and 2 draws. All told, 5 wins, 5 draws and just 3 defeats against Orlando Pirates over the course of his coaching career. Right. Again, Tanti with an opportunity to create something on this right-hand flank. There's the flag. Dusa Sabia coming back from an offside position.
I think the movement of the front 3 for Arrows has been so good, causing a lot of problems for the Orlando Pirates defense. We spoke about it during the build-up to say how will Pirates cope without a reference, without an out-and-out number 9. How will Koki and Bokazi be able to cope?
First met back the turn of the millennium, 2000. Pirates unbeaten in their first 4 meetings with Arrows, in fact. Good feet. Maklava can certainly hit them from there. Opts not to this time around. Laid off for Tlele. Amasangyan. Good touch from Dlamini, and the ball over the top, played immediately. Radibani on the move, and again flag for offside. Well, the last call against him was not correct. Let's look at this one. Come back to that for sure, because it did appear at first glance to be tight once again. In behind from Dante. Chip inside, trying to work the space to cross. He eventually does. Sabir went down off the ball.
Interesting tussle developing between Tangi and also Madiba. Madiba nippy, a quick feet, changes direction very quick. Madiba needs to stay on with him, keep up with the pace. Playing his first game for Orlando Pirates. You can see the nerves showing a little bit. Abela Dlamini playing in that 8th role this evening, just next to Makaula. They're the ones that are given the responsibility to dictate the tempo of this game.
Turnover. Orlando Pirates on the move through Kimwidi, and if the referee stays consistent here, yellow will come out. Indeed it has. Rebecca Dlamini saying it's his first foul, but in a similar fashion to Makaula, who was making a promising attack. Cynical there.
Correct call. I think breaking a promising attack, and the referees will always go to their pocket. And I've seen this new trend where players are saying to the refs, it's my first foul, it's my first foul. Breaking a promising attack, you get a yellow card.
And also the cynicism of it, that he didn't attempt to win the ball legally. It was just a pullback. Lamin gets away from one. Nguidi spotting the movement from Shandu, and well read by Maova. Well dispensed upfield as well. Sibia. Get around Van Rooyen.
Delightful ball by Karim, but what I love is the distribution from Maova. As soon as he gets it, he sees Sibia is in space, and he gives that distribution. That's why we call them goal players now. They influence the attack for their teams from the back.
Oh, that's excellently done here by Nhlanhla Zwane. Finds Sibia. Somi goes backwards. It's with Ayanda Gianni now. Right. Digs it out. Now back with Dlamini. Now the referee maybe a little bit away from the action there. It was a brief and perhaps half-hearted appeal from Orlando Pirates for potential handball in the box. Lamin. Free kick for a foul on the Arrows captain. Had Shitolo been available today, he was also on to make his 200th top flight appearance. Some of those appearances, although not many, coming in the colours of Pirates. There's Gianni, good acquisition. Very beginning of his professional career, given his chance by Royal AM. Snapped up by Arrows. Oh, the deflection made that a little trickier than perhaps it initially was. Basically, Somu having a go.
One of those that are coming from Royal AM plays well in that midfield. Again, is Arrows down the right-hand side. The cutback, excellent. Good. They move the ball around, and in that time. First time shot coming from Msomi, a little bit of a deflection, but good positioning from Melusi Buthelezi, making it look easy.
Yeah, I think had that deflection been a little heavier, then could have been more problems. What it actually did is kept the ball basically on the same trajectory, just took so much pace off it. So it will be Sponelele from free kick. delivery. Went over the largest congregation of players, but then Karim Kimvuidi, I think, sensing that there was one Arrows man lingering close by, puts it on for a corner. Half an hour into this contest. It's been looking good for Arrows so far. Now Pirates could get on the break here. It's an ambitious attempt at a pass. Trying to thread it through to free Maswanganyi. It's a pair of miles offside. They're going to have to be make sure they clear the stadium. Oh, a little stumble from Kimvuidi, but still digs out across. Pirates almost profiting from that, but scrambled clear by Ndwani.
Good hold-up play by Radiopani, then he finds Karim. Late run into that far post by Dlamini. Good defending coming from Ndwandwe, Mr. Reliable for Arrows.
Taking shots. Might work out for them here. Turned away and behind for a second corner in succession. Swinging delivery. Well defended by Arrows. This is what they love to do. This is their game. Sabia pass slightly behind him. It'll be retrieved here by Zwane. Fairly nasty there on Mokazi. Plenty of nerves on the bench now until they get that that thumbs up from the far side. Oh man, looked like a scissor tackle there.
I think for strength, he sees he can match him for strength, but is that right ankle that is dragged onto the ground a little bit there, but he's up, no indication from the medical team, so I think he's okay.
The ice appears to be on his wrists, so might have also been to do with the landing. Absolutely the find of the season in terms of players that have debuted during this campaign. Van Rooyen forces his pass through. Kazi with the attacking ball. Mayova ventures out of his box to clear. Pass from the guys. Radiopani. Gobel only as far as Kimvuidi. Stays up once again. Kimvuidi. Oh, side netting via deflection.
That's his strength, holding on to the ball, taking on players. Karim Kimvidi, good cover defense though, coming from Golden Arrows. He goes past Tele, Lamini doesn't allow it. Then you see that also Kobedi is staying on with him, trying to get as close. And you are the boss, Grant, when you've got the advantage in the box. He's just waiting for that touch, Karim, to say any touch that comes, I'm going to go down.
Counter-rising for Orlando Pirates, but yet to really test arrows from one of these. That looked a little better. Tight angle. Not much room to work with there for Hockey.
Again, Golden Arrows, they deal well with the first phase of defending. That second phase, when it drops in, they are not dealing with it. Koki should have hit target in that moment, a good opportunity. But being a defender, the anticipation is not the same as he is in his own box.
Punted straight out by Buthelezi. He's struggling with this distribution tonight. Away by Madiba. Lamini for Kimvidi. Duandre dispossesses him. Maklaba. 8 seasons at the Buccaneers. Sabia. Space for Tmele. Maswangani missed the derby. Sure, he'll be desperate to play himself back into contention for the upcoming cup final, though he is on the cusp of a suspension, so should he pick up a yellow card, he will not be eligible for the weekend's game. Same true of Tapelo Tloki, in fact. Makau. Radiopane holds on to it. Lamini. Kimvidi. All given away a little cheaply by a man who has probably been the biggest threat from a Pirates perspective up to this point.
He keeps trying. He keeps trying to find those pockets of space to be able to operate in. But give credit to that midfield where Dlamini and also Ndwandu are sitting, trying to strive along the Pirates of that space in that midfield.
Okay, away. Kobedi been keeping a close eye on Boitumelo Radiopane. Somi, Gianni. Golden Arrows should have a much better chance of getting a shock result against Orlando Pirates, as their former coach, Kusmus Vilakazi, watches on from the stands. Sevilla. I'll make the last point based on how poorly they've done at the Mpumalanga Stadium of late. The venue that they started using with regularity at the beginning of last season, as we confirmed for you that Sevilla was indeed offside. 26 home games at the Mpumalanga Stadium since the beginning of last season, just 5 wins, 12 draws, 9 defeats. They got 2 wins in their first 4 at that venue. It seemed like that might continue. Yes, Makmolon's here. Tries to hide his frustration after that skewed effort from Ndwandwe. 3 wins in the last 22 games at the Mpumalanga Stadium. We see there Willemsen Ndwandwe listing his last goal as he scored against SuperSport United in Atteridgeville. We still aren't quite clear on whether that abandoned game, the points will be awarded, or whether it will be restarted, or whether it will pick up from that point at the half-time break. It was at the time an equalising goal for Lamontville Golden Arrows as Maswangani gets the ball in. Maklaba forced to turn it behind. Fifth corner for Orlando Pirates. Over-organising his defence. Just 1 win in their last 8 home games for Lamontville Golden Arrows, and that was here at the end of March. 2-1 victory over Kaizer Chiefs. And they went back to the Mpumalanga Stadium, and they haven't even scored in the last 3 home games that they've contested. Cross arrives from deep. Bit of an unwanted record potentially on the horizon for Arrows. Last time that they failed to score 3 successive home games, October, November of 2023. And they have never previously failed to score in 4 successive home league games. Zat. Sevilla. Finding Somi in space. Looks promising here. And strong tackle from Kimbui. No complaints from the Arrows player either. Not only has he won the ball, but hasn't conceded the corner either. Away from the challenge does Kimpuidi, so keep an eye on him to see at what cost that tackle has come. 9 appearances for him, or 10 in total now tonight. Kimpuidi this season across all competitions, but only 1 start. That was in their defeat at home to Magesi in the first round of the Carling knockout. His solitary start this season was not the best of outings for the Buccaneers. Reddy wins that aerial duel. Somi helps it on to Ndwandwe. Maklaba providing some support. Jacobin finds Sabir. Somi away from Van Rooyen. Beautiful ball through. Oh, he's missed the target completely. And by a long way, Sianam Danti. That's a brilliantly accurate ball through here from Spesitli and Somi. And Sianam Danti knows that he should be doing it a lot better. First arrow starts today for Somi, having made an appearance off the bench in the defeat to Amazulu 2 games back. Was not a player that was used with all too much frequency by Royal AM. The 11 games they contested, just 4 sub appearances. Sat the rest of the games on the bench. That's being utilised well here by Lamontville Golden Arrows in what is effectively Msomi's second club. He started at Royal Eagles, Royal AM, in a sense a continuation of that, just in terms of the ownership. Kept alive on the flank nicely by Mariba. Well, he's a powerful runner when he gets ahead of steam. A robustly built young man, 23 years of age. First half in the books here at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. And nothing to report in terms of goals. But plenty of endeavour from both sides, and there have been opportunities at either end for the deadlock to be broken. The next goal scored in this tie, incidentally, will be the 100th league goal across previous top flight meetings. In this, the 47th league clash between Arrows and Orlando Pirates. Pirates trying to preserve their very slim hopes of putting to an end a 13-year drought in terms of league success. But this season, Orlando Pirates have scored a far larger share of their goals in the second period, so expect them to come out strong. But for now, it's dead even at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Considering the kind of pressure that Lamontville Golden Arrows have been able to put on this highly altered Orlando Pirates side. What do you make of that switch?
I think two ways, giving the youngster an opportunity, also looking to save Makaula, who plays at the heart of that midfield, to say if he gets another card, you risk to miss that cup final against the rivals in Kaizer Chiefs. I've seen this young man at DDC level. I also saw him in the Pirates Cup the other day. Very good on the ball, tactically very sound.
And Jose Ribeiro continues the trend of blooding more youngsters as Maswanyane gets himself out of trouble. Good ball from Koki to Dlamini, who had the most touches for Orlando Pirates in the first half. But far and away the most touches of any player on the field was Thabo Maklaba, with 49 in that opening period. Now Maswanyane gets it back from Karim Kimbui. Can't fire off the shots. Dlamini finding his skipper.
I think maybe in the change room of Golden Arrows they would have encouraged Mtandi to keep making those runs down that right-hand side. The movement of Fundwandwe and Sibia, that was excellent in that first 45. On the other side of Orlando Pirates, I think Karim Kimvidi would be encouraged to say, give him the ball, he's finding the pockets, he has got the confidence to be driving at the defense.
Dlamini links up with Maswanyane again. And seeing first involvement there from Silepe, did well. Has it back again. Radio Park. Kimbuidi lifted forward for Maswanyane.
A lovely change of weight, body weight, coming from Sibia, deceiving the young Silepe in that moment. Nothing warranted, nothing malicious in that instance.
Gian Akoberi. This season, just 14 points gained from a possible 36 on offer at home so far. Last season to 16 points at home, which was the second fewest in the league, along with Swallows and relegated Cape Town Spurs. Again lowest in the division. That is a beauty of a turn from Kabelo Dlamini. Challenging Madiba. Yeah. Now Sibia. Little clip from Dlamini. That came just moments after he executed this.
Excellent. Any youngster watching is called scanning. He knows where his opponent is. He has got the technical quality that is Dlamini. Excellent turn. He needs then not to lose that next pass. It needs to be an excellent pass that needs to find a teammate. Dynamic, enterprising.
Really? No, it doesn't locate a teammate, but they do get a corner kick. Swinger from the captain, Buthelezi, with a confident claim this time around. Kobe making sure he has to delay his release. Silepe to Shandu. Van Roy. Dlamini. Excellent ball. Chance here. Slid home by Maswanyane. Oh, what a response to the recent criticism as he puts Orlando Pirates in the lead. They had to show character. There had to be a reaction after a fairly underwhelming first half display. And just a few minutes into the second period, that reaction comes.
I think it comes from Dlamini with that excellent pass. Tito Maswangani, goal number 6 in all competitions. It comes from that midfield. It's that educated left foot of Dlamini to be able to find Tito. Well-weighted pass, the composure to then round the goalkeeper. The ambulance is back. The ambulance is picking up patience. Tito Maswangani, goal number 6 in all competition, well taken. And I think Dlamini must take the credit there. The interchange of position between Dlamini and Silepe with that one touch to be able to move the opponent away, let Dlamini receive in space. Tito Maswangani says, I want to be in the starting lineup in that final, coach.
And for Dlamini, a 4th assist in the Betway Premiership this season. Now, how will Arrows react to this? Generally, they have not been very good at coming from behind in recent years. In fact, they've failed to win any of their last 24 league matches when conceding first in the league. They did come back from conceding first against Royal AM in the game that's now been expunged from the record. So you now have to go all the way back to September of 2023, a 2-1 win away to Cape Town Spurs for the last time they recovered from conceding the opener. And Karim Kimvuidi has spotted that run in behind. A very necessary intervention there from Shadrack Kobedi. Maswangani can now claim to have scored the 100th goal of meetings between Arrows and Pirates in the top flights, and what is the 47th such meeting.
Good understanding, good leadership quality coming from Toki, commanding that high line to say hold, hold. The pass coming from that midfield from Dlamini, trying to find Sevilla, who's making that run. He's running straight, should be making that half-moon run, the bucket run, to make sure that he bends that run to stay onside.
Well, Arrows in the first half had a similar opportunity when Somi sent Mtanti through. He tried to finish past the goalkeeper, Maswangani, understanding that he can skip around him and put it into an empty net.
Yeah, the other thing that he does well is to time his run to be able to stay onside. For me, is the composure to then round the goalkeeper and be able to find the goal. Is Shenko in that midfield that has the ability to find him with that well-weighted pass.
Silepe now. Dlamini winning the ball and then relinquishing possession here to Ndwandwe. And the Pirates, along with the Sundowns, have not dropped a single point in the league from winning positions. And Arrows react with the introduction here of Ayabulela Makwele, as well as Keenan Phillips, Shadrack Kobedi, Spasile Msomi, 2 Royal AM recruits making way.
I think when you're looking for that sub, it will be like for life. Like for like. I'm looking at Phillips slotting in at centre back. I'm looking at Mangwele slotting in at that central midfield where Msomi was operating. more like for like, fresher legs, a bit of energy to that midfield and centre back positions.
Dina van Rooyen on the move. Flung forward fairly inaccurately by Maswangani.
I've also enjoyed how Tito Maswangani and also Karim, they interchange positions whenever Pirates are in position. Arrows on the attack.
Possession given away by Buthelezi. Ndwandwe sorts out his feet for an option. Tanti losing out. Madiba has very clearly grown into the game. Certainly looking shaky, especially up against Tanti in the early stages of the first half, but in the second period looking very assured. Silepe. Oh, he's found Shandu! And I think, despite the fact that a goal kick is being indicated, there might have been fingertips on that. And perhaps it was just straight over, but what a good opportunity. An excellent ball play by Silepe.
Manufactured by Silepe in that midfield. I think Tito Maswangani finding the pocket centrally, being able to take the ball out to Silepe. Well-weighted pass to find Shandu. Excellent run that he makes, Shandu. He does not connect cleanly with that ball, but the bench appreciates it. I think it's more for the young 20-year-old in that midfield to say the courage. You are linking up the play, and then you're finalizing that play with a pass to release Shandu.
There was no touch from Mayo, but he did get out well and made himself big. And perhaps would have been able to tip it over had it been on target, but Orlando Pirates conjure another opportunity. Needs to find a way back into this one. Arrows. I've only played 25 times in all competitions this season, Arrows. Sabir tries to work the space there. Oh, they have found the equalizer. An almost immediate response here from Lamontville Golden Arrows. Now he had his chance in the first half that he squandered, but Zedam Tanti has put things right here and levelled matters.
They go wide, they find the cross, good interplay in that midfield. They rotate the ball wide to find Ndwandwe. What an excellent touch coming from Tandy in that near post. Goal number 2 in all competitions, to go together with the 3 assists. Well taken goal, patience from Arrows. They rotate the ball from the one end or the left-hand side to the right-hand side to be able to find that cross, and Tandy puts it in the back of the net.
A couple of goals for Ndwandwe this season, but no assists in the Betway Premiership until tonight. Excellently setting up Zedam Tanti. Oh, we have a real game on our hands here. An hour into proceedings. The wonderful Golden Arrows haven't actually lost any of their last 5 home games against Gauteng sides in the league. In fact, since Orlando Pirates beat them in December of 2023, 2-1 victory.
First start of the season for Orlando Pirates. The last time he started a game was at Cape Town Spurs. I think 60 minutes is enough. He's done. I saw him take off the strapping. It's clearly an indication to that bench of Orlando Pirates to say maybe a Mabasa coming in. There we go, Mabasa coming in. I think Radiopan has given the team 60 minutes. He can build from that. Shandu, another one that is coming off. So a double sub for Orlando Pirates. Mabasa, different type of striker from Radiopani. More of a number 9, a box striker. Marco coming in. I think Madiba will go to right back, and then Marco will go to left back. I'm not sure who will go to right back. I want to see this tactical change that they're going to be making with Shandu was playing as a winger. Who will then play as a winger in this instance? Will Madiba be the left winger? Then Marco goes to left back. Then Karim will go on the right-hand side for Orlando Pirates.
That's Khwaza Mabasa in the last meeting between these two sides back in April of 2024, netted the first hat-trick of his career. To that point, I think he netted something like 8 or 9 braces, but he had never been able to turn 2 goals into 3, but he did so against Arrows in that 7-1 win. Last time Orlando Pirates won the title, back 2011-2012 season, they played Lamontville Golden Arrows in their final game of the campaign. Up until the previous meeting last year, that 7-1 result, the 4-2 victory for Orlando Pirates on that final day of 11-12 season was the game that had produced the most goals. It was played right here. That's Moses Mabida. Royan gets rid of it. It's Lamini. And he sets up the first goal. The game I'm referring to now, 13 years ago, Pirates took the lead back in Lekwati, and a couple of goals from Lamontville Golden Arrows, Dylan Shepherd, and then the former Buccaneer, Keteko Mashiko, put Arrows into the lead, but Pirates hitting back through Siabonga Sangweni and that Benny McCarthy hat-trick to claim the title ahead of Baraka Swallows. Here's Karim Kimbuidi. He's done well to lay it across. That's a stretch from Omega Dlamini is enough.
I think excellent cover defense coming from Dlamini, playing as a 6. He sees that his 2 centre-backs are stretched. Karim again getting into that box, getting that cross, trying to find Tito Maswanganyi. The late runs that Tito has been making into that box has really added the numbers for Orlando Pirates in the box in terms of those late entries into the box.
Pirates shot from the corner from Dlamini. Mark. Madiba penalized.
What a debut for Madiba. Started at left back, now is continuing as a left winger. Does he have the engine to be able to finish the game? He has made it, and up until the 60th minute, he keeps going forward. Another one from the development structures of Orlando Pirates, that is Madiba. I'm sure by the time that Jose Rivero leaves the Buccaneers, he would have made a record of introducing youngsters.
Valuable loan spell at Auburn College last season, then recalled by Orlando Pirates prior to this campaign. He's been biding his time, waiting for that first opportunity. It comes towards the tail end of the season. A season in which Orlando Pirates will finish this campaign having played 52 matches. In contrast that, as I was mentioning earlier, with the Lamontville Golden Arrows, who are only playing game number 26 this season across all competitions. The workload has been very different for these two outfits. Jan. Too strong with the ball over the top. Pirates looking to preserve their unbeaten run on the road, which currently stands at 4. 3 wins over their period. Last time they lost, very beginning of March, a shock defeat to Marumo Gallants. They haven't put together a longer unbeaten streak away from home since Jose Rivera's first season in charge, as they defend that moment fairly decently. Referee on the scene here to book Taylor.
Interesting tussle developing between Kimvidi and also Tele. I thought Tele has been excellent with the set plays that he has been bringing in for Arrows. But Karim a little bit naughty. He starts the holding in that instance, but smart enough to hide it away from the refereeing team. As soon as Tele retaliates, Orlando Pirates get a set piece.
Well, the two Arrows players who have been booked, Dlamini and Tele, both for fouls on Karim Kimvidi.
He's had a good game so far.
Yeah. Ngota receiving his last instructions, which suggests to us that the little experiment with Madiba moving further upfield is over. But in terms of a debut, I don't think many maybe expected him to see out the full 90 minutes. Stripped away by Hock. Seizes on the loose ball there, but slightly behind Paseka Marco, and some of the momentum lost. Oh no, Marco's been horribly upended here. The referee waited a moment, and Tamo Matlaba could be in some serious trouble, just depending on how the official saw this one. Well, they're usually very restrained, Jose Rivero, letting his emotions come out towards the officials for just a moment, understandably. Fairly close to that one. They would have seen that challenge and perceived it, I'm sure, as a potential... Oh, it's lucky he misses so much of him.
Mistimes his tackle, that is Matlaba. He really gets him with the elbow, though I think he misses him with the feet, and I think he gets him with the elbow in that instance. You can see the way the Orlando Pirates bench jumps up It's saying a lot about maybe the thinking around. Is the referee calling him? It will be interesting what card is coming. All the pressure that the Pirates players and the benches has put on the ref.
Thabo Matlaba is having an exchange of words with Jose Rivero, and not prepared to listen to any of the comments that are coming from the Pirates dugout. The most vitriol directed at Matlaba appears to be coming from Mandlekazi at the moment. Apology for Paseka Marco. In the long career that Matlaba has had, only sent off once in the league, and that was back in 2014. In a match Pirates managed to win over Mamelodi Sundowns.
He's not a malicious player.
No, he's not. The resultant free kick taken here by Dlamini. Oh, Pirates take the lead here through the sub. Tekabasa Mabasa, who had a field day against Abafanabes Tende over a year ago, has put the Buccaneers back in front.
I think Jose Rivero needs headache tablets tonight. Tito Masongani has put his hand up. Sekofanso Mabasa has come in and put his hand up. He just says, "Coach, I'm here." I think first phase of that set play, they deal with it. Second phase, they don't deal with it. We said this during the build-up, but the connection coming from Mabasa to be able to get goal number 6 in the league looks easy sitting at home, but that's a difficult finish that Mabasa makes it look so easy. Again, it's something that we pointed out in the build-up to say Arrows always deal with the first phase of defending. They struggle with the second phase and the third phase. Orlando Pirates takes the lead.
And a goal contribution from Bukazi is his first in the league, in fact. He does have that goal in the early rounds of the Nedbank Cup against Supersport United. But in terms of the Betway Premiership, Bukazi, a first assist for him. And now we'll see the introduction of Ndlozi. He'll be coming on to replace Dino van Rooyen. And certainly faced high pressure situations in the past. Ndlozi has thrown into the thick of things in that match away to Al Ahly. And Maham Nkota.
I think you'll see the pace of Nkota on the left hand side. Will Karim Kimvidi stay on the right hand side? That is something that we're still going to see. Ndlozi comes in at that right back position. You're looking at a Van Rooyen that was returning from injury. Is it a precaution? Are they saving him? That is the big question. But young Ndlozi comes in, hard tackling, good energy, and I really have enjoyed his performances this season so far. Ndlozi at right back.
About to enter into the final quarter hour of proceedings here. And it is a period. Orlando Pirates have been most prolific this season. Final 15 minutes of matches, they scored 9 goals during that period. Only Sundowns have more from 75 minutes onwards in the Betway Premiership this season, as Atlanta Zwane departs for Van Rooyen. The introduction of Lukele sees Thabo Matlaba depart.
I think Van Rooyen will bring a lot of pace. Very good in 1v1 situations. He's got an eye for goal. He's got an eye to find an attacking player in the box. I think that's why Mangoba Mngiti brings him. brings him in. And also at right back, Lukele, hard tackler. They are bringing a fresher legs to be able to deal with Nkota who has been introduced on the left-hand side.
They'll have to keep looking over their shoulders if things stay as they are here. They're really pushing Lamontville Golden Arrows. Now the side that are attempting to reel them in have some very tricky matches on the horizon, being Cape Town City. They're away to Bulelani City the weekend after next. There's Nkota now. Attempts to cut it back for one of his teammates. Just to continue on that point about Cape Town City, they end against Stellenbosch, who they've of late not done all too well against their Western Cape rivals. So
interesting picture there. Nkota ti ungibambelani ungenzani.
Nkota squeezes it through, just can't link up with Masangani. Close.
I also love how Silepe has come into that midfield, given Paris that stability, given them a little bit of time on the ball, his understanding with Zamini, the way they give each other space in terms of when one moves shorter, the other one moves a little bit closer. Marco on the ball.
Carries it forward a good distance. Now Masangani. Right, Lamar.
I think when you're looking at Coach Jose Rivero, he has really increased the depth of his squad today by giving Silepe some minutes, by giving Madiba some minutes, by bringing back Karim. I feel that he has bought another player in giving Karim some minutes tonight. So I think a big find for me tonight will be those three players' performance, looking at the rest of the season and still needing so many points to really chase Mamelodi Sundowns on top.
In terms of the table, as things stand, they've moved within 9 points of Mamelodi Sundowns of Orlando Pirates. But absolutely no margin for error, and they need to hope for some favours. Chipper United to play Sundowns twice. They'll be certainly hoping that Stellenbosch can do something for them this coming Sunday, considering how Stellenbosch have performed quite admirably against Mamelodi Sundowns in recent times. Moiti is becoming ever more frustrated. Kim hang on to it brilliantly again. Lamini, Nkota, despite his pace, can't latch onto that one. Kimbui. Oh, he looks like he might have tweaked something here. And the Pirates continue on. Look at this run, and a shot. It's excellent from the young centre-half, Mbukazi.
I'm interested in seeing Bogazi more in those positions, because every time he gets there, he packs a powerful shot.
Yeah.
I think it's the first one he actually gets on target, but we always see him make that drive forward and have a shot. But this instance, he gets it on target, causes a lot of problems for Moiva in that goals for Arrows. Karim, is it because of he has not played so many minutes so far this season? I think it's the calf, or is it cramps?
Well, whilst he receives some treatment, let's look at what Mbokazi was apologising for not so long ago, not realising that one of his teammates had done. It's been a very, very long time since Orlando Pirates scored a goal from outside the area. They have more than any other team in the league, 8 from open play, 2 from direct free kicks, 10 in total. But they scored those 10 goals from outside the area in their first 14 matches. It's been 8 league matches since they last struck a long-range goal.
I'm sure in the dinner table, Nkota is going to remind Mbokazi to say, I was in a good position, you didn't give me the ball. And he went for that shot, he got it on target.
Into the final 10 minutes here. Fairly decent looking cross. Just over the head of Angela van Rooij. Phillips. His ball cut out. Clever flick there from Mabasa now. Mahangota. It's taken away from him by Phillips. Really good intervention from the sub. Hockey struggling. He's actually beaten to the ball. Basa holds off his man. Douglas actually gone down, but Orlando Pirates continue on here. And Ndlozi on the overlap. Hangs it up. Intended for Mabasa. Got it now. Marco. Recognizing that the opposition have Ndwandwe down, as sportingly played out.
What a player, Ndwandwe.
Yeah.
You can see where he gets the knock. I think Mabasa, when he's spinning, he just steps on his toes in that instance. I thought Ndlozi can go for goal. I thought go for goal, but he's trying to find Nkota on that far post. He goes for that chip. But jersey number 12 has worked his socks off. Mabasa unintentionally stepping on his toes, going to apologize. Good to see, but one of those important players for Arrows. I'm sure that Coach Mangoba Mngiti wouldn't want to lose him for the rest of or the remaining fixtures for Arrows.
Good show of sportsmanship there as well. 2 players who emerged from the Diski Challenge and were featuring during the period where first Arrows won their 2nd title, and then the following season Celtic, after a couple of campaigns in which they'd finished 2nd, eventually got their hands on it back in 2018-19. Kabelo Dlamini. That is a gorgeous ball through for Mahangota. Now waiting for some reinforcements. Ping towards Mabasa. Couldn't effectively control. Okay. Mtante to Sibia. Makwele. Dlamini lifts it forwards. Angela van Rooij battling here with Tapelo Koki. Made his 160th league start versus Kaizer Chiefs over the weekend. Selepe. Ndlozi to Selepe. One more would seal it here for the Buccaneers. Flying across field for Nkota. Oh, he's won them a corner. Out of practically nothing.
It's tough. The Pirates brings in Nkota. Arrows reacts and brings in Lukele. Fascinating battle so far.
Double figures in terms of corners in this match. 7 of them gone the way of Orlando Pirates. Already with 1 assist this evening. Puts it in low, arm swinger. Cleverly directed towards goal. More of a scoop than anything, and very narrowly misses just over the crossbar.
They know each other very well from their days at Celtic. That is Lamine and Mabasa. We need to ask them after the game, maybe they are roommates, the way they understand each other. They understand each other's movements, and the way that Lamine always finds Mabasa on his step.
Opportunity for another equalizer for Lamontville Golden Arrows. Big deflection there. Averting Montpellier's attempt away from goal. Even if it doesn't go their way today, Abafana Bestende, plenty of games in hand over Cape Town City and a few very winnable ones. Buthelezi, good claim. As Keenan Phillips is coming barreling in to try and meet that ball.
He needed the crowd to remind him to go down. And the One Arrow supporter says, come. The Pirates are like, Lala. When the game is getting to the critical phase now, I think Jose Rivero would be happy with resting some of his key players if he's going to manage to see this off. I think Tito Maswanganyi has put pressure on him. I think Mabasa has put pressure on him. I think the young Silepe has come in and brought a lot of stability. It was good to see Madiba given an opportunity. On the other side of Arrows, you look at this game and think Mangoba Mniti played without an out-and-out number 9. He created a lot of opportunities, which will be encouraging for him to say it was just the execution. But I thought in terms of the game plan, I think they played well and created enough opportunities to get enough goals.
Mbudi to Maswanganyi. 30 seconds of regulation time remaining. I can't imagine that we'll have a particularly hefty chunk of injury time. So it will be 5 minutes added on at the end of this 90. Golden Arrows with a free kick that have only netted twice beyond 75 minutes this season. So in it comes. Okay, away. Kimbuidi. Quite unbelievably recovering from what appeared to be a fairly nasty strain not so long ago. A flag up against Mahankota.
Tight, but I think the correct call. Very tight, but the correct call by the refereeing team.
Angela van Roy. Sabir fed by Pele. Nicely worked out from the back by Dlamini. With some space to sprint into, but Keenan Phillips recovers really well. He is one of the fresher players on the field. Poor attempted pass from Nkota. Pele. Kelly. That hasn't been quite as effective in the second period. Oh, Buthelezi getting down well. Smother that attempted cross. Orlando Pirates inching closer to another victory. In fact, it would move them to 17 wins in the Betway Premiership this season, matching the number of victories they managed to secure in their title-winning season 13 years ago now. Referee make of that? Seemed maybe like a little shove off the ball that disturbed Arrow's play. Appears to be Kele who's booked. Directs a limb towards the face of Mahankota. Third Arrows player to have his name taken today. Mabasa as well. Maswangang. Lightning quick feet. Bit of over-elaboration there from Silepe, and this might be a last opportunity for Lamontville Golden Arrows. It's Sabia. Slightest of touches and he goes down. The referee disinterested. Now it's Mabasa. Tackle from Phillips. Well, since his arrival on the park, Phillips has been crucial a couple of times in preventing the margin of defeat from being a little bigger, because that is the final whistle, and Orlando Pirates have kept alive their very slim Betway Premiership hopes. Excellent performance from Karim Kimbuidi, who has played barely any football and is only starting for the second time today. Jose Rivero smothers a smile. His side get it done, and now it's over to Mamelodi.